Welcome back to K-Chop Press. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Eddie Law. Joining us today is an undefeated lightweight returning to LFA, coming off a first-round TKO victory in his debut last October, fighting out of Long Island MMA. He's here to drop some Adam bombs. He is Adam Livingston. How's it going, man?
What's up, guys? How you doing? Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for making the time, dude. Quick question. Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Queens most of my life and then moved out to Long Island a few years ago. So repping both Queens and Long Island.
Yeah, so you New York State all the way. You ain't going nowhere.
Oh, yeah. No way. Love it here.
There you go. Speaking of Long Island, dude, Long Island MMA training with Ryan LaFleur, Dennis Bermudez, Chris Wade, Brian Kelleher. Just four many straight-up killers in that gym, man. How have they been able to help you elevate your game?
No, it's great. I'm surrounded by just, great fighters, great athletes. They're great teammates. Everyone leaves their ego at the door and helps each other out. Doesn't matter if you're in the UFC or you're an amateur. We all give each other our time and knowledge to help each other out. So it's been great. Really
which one of those guys is a tougher spar? Because I mean, especially Dennis hits like a truck, dude.
Yeah, Dennis. He hasn't been in the gym much, so I haven't sparred with him in a while. But I'd say Chris Wade. Me and him do go at it pretty well. So yeah, I'd say Chris Wade.
Chris, he always seems unassuming, but then he gets in there, he's like a completely different guy. It's wild.
Oh, 100%. I think he's the biggest underrated fighter. He's never been finished. He's in the UFC. He gave Islam one of his toughest fights. So he gives me good work.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Last time out, LFA debut lasted under 2 minutes against Jake Hinsenbaugh. You came out with a ton of pressure on him. You put hands on him. He took you down a couple times, and you popped back up each time. After that last one, right before the finish, I'm sure you can see it. He took a deep breath. Could you see in his face that he realized he was in trouble?
Yeah, a little bit. I think once I got up and he saw he couldn't hold me down, he got definitely discouraged because I know no one. I think most people know they can't really strike with me. It's like it's what I do. But when he realized, he could grapple too, I think he knew his time was going to come to an end soon. I didn't think it was going to be with a jab, but it ended up being with a jab. I got power in both hands, so I'm happy the way that fight turned out.
Sure. So you got the finish. You popped. You started yelling. I'm terrible at reading lips, but were you yelling, "Who is that guy?" to the crowd?
Oh man, that's a good question. What did I say? I think I was like, I honestly don't remember. I black out after that. But I was probably like, who does he think he is? Like, like, this is who I am, something like that. Like, hyped myself up after the fight.
Shoot, the fight was over, bro. You need to calm down a little bit. You were running everywhere, jumping on everything. It was cool to see, man. But I do remember when when I got your name, I was just like, I've seen that guy fight, but why is it memorable? And then I pulled up the fight, and I was like, that's why. He got up, started yelling some shit, and I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out what you were saying. No idea, but it was cool. So there you go.
Yeah, man.
All right. So I've noticed that not just in the cage, man, but overall with your career, you've kind of become like pretty strategic with it. You move with purpose. We can already see you working on your brand, your presentation, everything. Is that something that you've been focusing on?
Yeah, 100%. This isn't just about fighting. It's about entertainment too. Nowadays, it takes more than just being a great fighter to be someone nowadays, or being in the UFC or being top in the UFC. So yeah, I definitely focused on building my brand, my who am I, who is Adam Bomb Livingston, that's super important. So being recognizable, being memorable, that's all the stuff that's super important, not just doing things to do them. Like doing everything with a purpose is super important. And just trying to get to the top as fast as possible and be as successful as possible. So, my goal is the UFC and getting there as quick as possible. And whatever road that is to get there as quick as possible, that's what I'm going to do.
See, a lot of guys and girls don't pick up on that right away, right? They get up there and it's like, hey, man, for example, like it drives me nuts having watched the sport for so long. When someone gets up there with the mic and they're just like, hey, well, who do you want next? Whoever so gives me. I'm like, say something, market yourself, put something out there. You have no problem doing that.
Yeah, no, 100%. You got to talk your shit a little bit.
Yeah.
You got to back your shit up. That's the most important thing. There's people that talk shit and don't back it up, and that's when no one cares about you and people hate on you. Like Conor McGregor now. Like everyone's hating on him now because he's talking all the shit but not backing it up. But when he was doing it in the past and backing it up, everyone loved him. So, I back up what I say. I'm ready to beat up whoever they put in front of me. I have, if you look at my Tapology, the amount of cancellations I have is actually ridiculous. And I've only pulled out of one fight out of over including boxing, kickboxing, amateur and pro, over
Mm-hmm.
20 something fights, I've only pulled out of one fight.
Mm-hmm.
And all these guys, they pull out. Like I had an original opponent for this fight, pulled out 3 weeks before, 2.5 weeks before the fight, and they gave me this guy. I go, no problem, let's go. So you just got to trust, believe in yourself, believe in your training, and that's it. I'm ready to fucking go. I'm ready to beat up this guy Richie, whoever the fuck the champ is.
Oh, Richie Miranda, LFA lightweight champ. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, man. June 20th, you're speaking about your next guy up, LFA 211, Salamanca, New York, against Hugo Oyarzun. First off, how you feeling mentally, physically coming into this one?
Yeah, I feel great. I'm healthy. The weight cut is going great. What else? I'm filling into my body this camp. I'm only 23. I'm really becoming a true lightweight. If anything, a welterweight in the future. So I'm definitely gonna have the size over my opponent. He's a shorter, stockier guy, but I'm gonna use my length, my power, my speed to and my smartness just to beat this guy. My IQ is a lot higher than all of these guys. A lot of them are just dumbos that get in there and think they're tough, but it's a lot more than that when it comes to MMA. But yeah, my conditioning is on point. I have a new strength and conditioning coach who's also, a chiropractor, takes care of my body, nutritionist. So everything's going amazing according to plan. And I'm ready to put on a show, be on UFC Fight Pass for the first time. So hopefully that really helps get my name out there. People could see who I am, and maybe, Dana White Contender Series soon.
Oh, definitely. We'll talk about that here in a second. How do you like the match with Oyarzun? It's kind of similar to your last one, heavy wrestler, except instead of trying to strike a little bit, he seems to just, as soon as they say go, he just dives for legs right away.
Yeah, actually, I think my original opponent, Luke Roberts, was more of, I am not going to strike at all, just going to grapple. So this whole camp, I was grappling my ass off this whole camp. So my grappling, so it worked out perfect with this matchup, where, he does like to grapple, but I think the guy before was a tougher grappling guy. And this guy, Hugo, now, he does like to, he likes to show off his striking. But I think he's going to realize real quick that he's not going to be able to strike and then just go to the shots, and he's going to get desperate, going to catch him. And yeah, that's about it. I want them to strike with me. It's a lot easier for me to knock them out when they want to strike and engage. A lot of these guys, when they just want to grapple and be defensive, it's a lot harder to knock them out. Even though I still do it, it's a lot harder because they don't open themselves up for that opportunity.
Yeah, you need the right opponent sometimes to have the guts to stand there with you and just be like, all right, let's go see who's who.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you get that win on Friday. I mean, you just kind of hinted at it already. You get that Friday, win on Friday, New York, friend of friends, family, teammates. You get that mic and camera time. Who or what are you calling for next?
Man, let's see. I get that. Hopefully, I get the mic. I'm not sure if they give the mic out after the fights, but LFA, if you're watching this, you're gonna want to put me on the mic after I knock this guy out. I'm coming for that champ, the champ, Richie, whatever his name is, or I want Dana White Contender Series. Hope September, October, on the last few episodes. So that's what I'm going for. I'll be 24 in August. This is all I do. I don't have a full-time job. I train full-time. I coach and yeah, this is my life. So I'm ready for any opportunity that comes my way.
All right, man. Let's get some quick fire ones. We'll get you on your way. All right. Outside of fighting, what is the most important thing for Adam Baum?
It's got to be my family. I'm a big family guy. See them all the time, and yeah, family and friends. That's about it.
All right, and then this is tough for most people. I think I've only had one or two easy answers. Who's your biggest supporter in your MMA journey so far?
Man, that's a tough one. I'm blessed to say that it's more than just one person. It is my my dad, my mom, my brothers, my sister, my beautiful girlfriend, my coaches, my teammates. Honestly, everyone supports me more than I could ever ask for. So I can't just single out one person. It's been everyone, and and I'm my biggest supporter also.
No, you got to take that energy from Snoop Dogg. I don't know if you've seen that clip from a while ago. He was like, he goes up to the mic, goes, "I'd like to thank me for putting all that work to me." Look, that dude, I'm telling you right now, that's the way to go.
That's one thing I love about this sport. It's just up to you in there. You can train with whoever, train with your coaches, but if you lose, it's because of you. You win, it's because of you. It's not a team sport, and that's one of the big reasons I got into this sport.
All right, man. Who's your favorite combat sports athlete of all time?
John Jones, the GOAT.
There you
Ilia
go.
Topuria is coming up there right now, though. But
Yeah.
either Ilia Topuria or John Jones. That's about it.
Yeah, you mess around getting the UFC quick, man. You never know. You might face Topuria one day.
Hey, I'll beat that midget up. It'll be no problem. It'll be fun.
I love that, dude. All right. Outside of training and fighting, what's your favorite activity?
I gotta say, boating. I love the water. Me and my
Mhm.
family big into water sports, being on the water, relaxing. That or a nice dinner with some drinks.
There you go, man. All right,
Yeah.
fights in New York State. You expecting a big crowd?
Yeah, a decent crowd. It is pretty far from. I know
Yeah,
it's New York, and I'm from New York, but New York's
still a
pretty
drive.
big. It's like 7-8 hour drive from Long
Mhm.
Island. So I do have a good crew flying out, and some people driving. But definitely a big support on UFC Fight Pass.
Mhm.
And yeah, definitely gonna have I think even people that aren't there for me are gonna be there for me after they see me fight.
Absolutely. Hey, there you go. If you can flip the crowd, it's nice and nice thing to do. When it comes to your family and friends, like your parents, for example, and the girlfriend and all that, are they front row people or are they in the back? Like, I don't want to see this, freak out.
Yeah, they are. They're front row people for sure.
Yeah.
They'll be screaming their lungs out, maybe talking
Yeah.
shit to my opponent too, and hyping me up. Yeah, so yeah, they love it. They believe in me. One thing
Mhm.
I'll say too, like they the same with like teammates and stuff. You could support the person and
Mhm.
hype them up when they got it going on. If I was a 1-in-5 fighter,
Mhm.
maybe you pull me aside and be like, hey. Yeah, I know you love it, but let's not do this.
Mhm.
So with my winning and my success brings their confidence and their support.
All right, man. Finally, on June 20th, LFA 211 in New York. What can fans expect from Adam Bomb?
They're gonna see a fun fight. They're gonna see calculated violence, as I like to say.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go for the finish, and I'm almost guaranteed it's gonna happen in the first round. So uh, watch and see, guys. Watch and see. It's gonna be
LFA,
fun.
he's calling his shot. You want the Babe Ruth shot? This is the guy right here. Already called it first round. All
Damn
right,
right.
there you go. Do not miss it. Adam Bomb's coming to Salamanca, New York. If one Adam Bomb don't do the job, you keep dropping it until it's done. So LFA 211, Seneca Allegheny Resort and Casino. Tickets available on Ticketmaster. Broadcasting live on UFC Fight Pass. My man's on a mission, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Livingston. Thanks for the time, brother.
Thank you so much.